Hi guys, it's Patricia and today is Tester Tuesday. If you're new to my channel, basically Tester Tuesday is a way for me to use up testers I have in this box here. And we review 2 scents together each week and you guys decide by voting at the end of the video. Now, it is very early here today. I have one child awake. Of course, he's the noisiest child, so hopefully he's not making too much noise. And I have to kind of film this video now because I have to go back to the rink again later today. My daughter just had a skating gala, but yet we're still going to the rink. It should really be over once the gala happens. My tip to parents is if you have young children, pick a sport you really like so that you don't have to sit in a cold rink. You could sit in a nice warm spot maybe. I always hate the cold, but anyway. Living up in Canada, I should be used to it, but anyway, let's get back on track. Tester Tuesday. Okay, so we had a little bit of a different type of race this week. We actually had kind of a clear first place and a clear second place. Lately, we've been having really, really tight races. Let me just grab my wax. I'm very unorganized today. I'm really tired, so. Okay, in first place with 28% of the vote, it's a nice dark burgundy wax. It is called Pretty and Plum. And then in second place, we had kind of like a limeish green, bright green, I guess. This one's called Custard Apple, and this had 22% of the vote. So the order, it basically went Pretty and Plum, Custard Apple. Then we had Candy Dandy, followed by Ivy and Water Lily, French Lavender, and Citrus Garden. So sometimes when we have a lot of retired scents, you guys still seem to vote for those. And today we have 2 retired scents, so I'm going to try to go through these scents quickly. So the first place scent is Pretty and Plum. This one here was a new release in the fall and winter catalog of 2017 when I was just getting into Scentsy, and this was actually one of my bars that I purchased with that order. It was only around for 1 season. I would kind of describe it like a fruity scent, but like a winter fruity scent. A winter fruity bakery. It's pretty strong on cold. I would say medium to strong. And the scent description for Pretty and Plum, it is red plum gets pastry perfect with black coconut and sweet cream. And does that remind you of a certain popular fragrance? It's very similar in scent notes to sweet plum pastry. So anyway, let's concentrate on this one. Red plum. Red plum to me is a little bit bright. I prefer dark black plums, but red plum is a little more tart. Now, I don't really get a lot of like tart plum with this. The black coconut, so I kind of tried it. It's like when they take the coconut husks and char them. Anyway, it gives this a special something, like a very different type of scent. It's really hard to pinpoint and describe what it smells like, but I like it a lot. And then the sweet cream kind of reminds me like of a little bit of a melted ice cream vibe, a very slight in the background. Okay, to me, when it's warming, it kind of has like a plum vibe, but it reminds me of, say you had pastry and then the plums were sitting on top of the pastry, and it was more like, say, what's it called? What's it called? Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. The flaky pastry that you can make yourself, but most people would just buy it because it's incredibly hard to make. Anyway, puff pastry, that's it. So you have puff pastry, you put slices of plum, you sprinkle them with sugar, and you bake them in the oven. And some of those plum juices creep off the tart and they go onto the pan and they kind of get that like crispy, almost burnt fruit sugar, caramelized sugar kind of vibe. I kind of get that a little bit, but it's pleasant. And then I feel like you would just sprinkle it with the black coconut, which none of us probably know what black coconut really smells like, but it's that special little like garnish twist that this gets, but it gives a very strong fragrance. I describe this kind of as a like deep, rich plum coconut, but not coconut like you're expecting, the black coconut. Anyway, what I really want to do is just compare to this, because this is our beloved sweet plum pastry. Most people love this one. Some people don't. This has black plum, what is it? Toasted coconut and marshmallow, something to that effect. To me, this one's sweeter. If you can't find sweet plum pastry anywhere, and you happen upon Pretty and Plum, give Pretty and Plum a try. It's not exactly the same, but it may satisfy that sweet plum pastry vibe until you can get this. So How did it do? Wait, basically I took my 1 mini tester and 4 cubes. I put it downstairs in my open concept space. It did fairly well, 7 to 7.5 strength and throw. I had it lasting 23 hours over 3 days, which is great. I mean, there's times on that third day that I had to probably be within 5 feet of the warmer, but I could still smell it. And then it really did kind of start to like be totally dead at that stage. And remember, in a big open area, the scent really doesn't seem to seem concentrated, so the fact that I left it in 3 days was great. Okay, let's move on. I'm babbling. The second scent is called Custard Apple. And this was a new release in the spring and summer of 2017, and this one as well did not stick around, and I would describe this as a fruity, tropical fragrance. Now, I'm wondering about the name Custard Apple. That may have done the scent in because people don't really know what custard apple is. It's kind of like a tropical fruit, and I think it's like gushy in the middle. Well, anyway, let's read what Scentsy says, and maybe that will explain it better. And on cold, I would say this is about a medium scent. So the scent description is pineapple, sugarcane, and mango capture the essence of custard apple. So having never eaten a custard apple myself, I don't know what they taste or smell like. But if Scentsy says this is what a custard apple smells like, then I like it because it's nice. Yeah, you get pineapple, which sometimes I struggle with, and you get sugarcane on cold. I find sugarcane comes through more on cold, and the mango is there as well. I would say roughly a third of each. Now, when I warmed it, it was really nice and pleasant, like a tropical, fruity treat. And I warmed it in 3 different spots. I decided I'm just going to finish up this bar as part of my empties because I just had a mini tester. So I warmed it in 3 different spots. I would say strength and throw was between 7.5 on all 3 locations. They were all with 25 watt bulb warmers, except in one location I also have a element warmer, 12 watt. In my son's downstairs bedroom, I left it in 3 days, 30 hours. In my daughter's room, I left it in 4 days, 32 hours, but sometimes I'm letting them go overnight just because they're starting to be really die down, but just a general vibe. And in my room, it's still going. I'm probably going to remove it because I need to move on. It's on day 4, 24 hours. I can't warm as much stuff in my room because I'm not around as much. Now, if you wanted to pick up something like this now, this really reminds me of like quite a bit of Camu in that tropical vibe, but maybe take Camu and add a little bit of pineapple pucker. Or if you don't want as much pineapple influence, take Camu and add Havana Cabana. And a Havana Cabana is a lighter scent, so it would probably bring the strength down a bit in my opinion, but pineapple pucker should probably carry it through pretty similar. So that is Custard Apple. And maybe, like I said, maybe it didn't stick around because people, when they're reading catalog descriptions, they're like, I don't know what a custard apple is. I'm not getting that. Yeah, sometimes it'd be better to kind of stick with, well, I don't know. You could call it tropical goodness, and maybe people would buy more. And I was wondering if anyone's ever noticed, like, the scents, some of the scents are really high up in the alphabet. Like, they seem to name them pretty high up. And sometimes the ones that are lower down in the alphabet, I wonder if they're at a disadvantage. Because I know when I'm trying to, like, say I have 5 bars and I need a 6 for my 6-pack. When I'm going through, I start at the beginning and then whatever piques my interest, I buy. So I rarely get to the bottom. So anyway, sometimes I wonder if, scents like this had a disadvantage because no one kind of picked them up and then it was too late. Anyway, we're going to draw 6 scents from the box. You guys are going to vote for 2 different scents each by Wednesday morning, and I will warm them and review them and get back to you. Now, if you can't vote on YouTube, find me on Instagram, and you can put your votes in that way. And I'm eager to see what we're going to get. Scent number 1, Honey Pear Cider. Scent number 2, Sugar Cookie. Scent number 3, this is very full, this box now. I'm not making much headway. Oodles of Orange. Oh my gosh, these are big bags. Scent number 4, I'll try to find a small one. Scent number 4 is Toasted Coconut Amaretto, which we kind of had not too long ago. Scent number 5, Cozy Fireside. We don't have much spring and summer. I'm going to go my smaller selection for the scent number 6. Here we go. Oh, we just had this one not too long ago, I think. I can't even read it. It's very dark, but I think we've had this one. Sugar and spice. All right. Honey pear cider. Sugar cookie. Oodles of orange. Toasted coconut amaretto. Cozy fireside. And sugar and spice. I want to mention, obviously, these are all just how I perceive things, and I always feel bad if I steer you guys wrong. So anyway, my house, my nose. Your host, your nose. Anyway, thanks for spending the last 11 minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.